watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Thanks for joining us for DC News Now here at 4. Good afternoon. I'm Annalisa Gale. Mark Hall has the evening off. While developing now, DC's top cop is stepping down. Police Chief Pamela Smith announcing her resignation today. She's served in the role now for 2 years with career in law enforcement spanning nearly 3 decades. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone joining us live from police headquarters with the very latest. Marielle, what is she saying this afternoon?
Well, Annalisa, we know that this announcement just came this morning, but we actually heard from the mayor today, and she says that she got the chief's resignation last week. Now, we know there has been a lot of scrutiny around MPD over the last few months with federal agents surged here in the district, but the chief said today this is strictly a personal decision.
We've had some high points and we've had some low points, but respectfully right now, this is a personal decision for myself and for my family.
And with that, Police Chief Pamela Smith will step down, ending a 28-year career in law enforcement.
Take a moment to relax and reflect on the resiliency of the members of the Metropolitan Police Department.
Smith started as an officer with the U.S. Park Police back in 1998, moving up through the ranks to chief there. She joined MPD in May of 2022 and was confirmed as DC's police chief in November of 2023. During her tenure, the Real-Time Crime Center launched, and homicides dropped by 51% compared to 2023.
I think it was just really just the different strategies and the approaches.
I always try to keep my people, and I always know when they're ready to go.
Mayor Muriel Bowser.
I think any chief that can look back at 2 years of dramatic crime reduction is leaving in good shape.
Smith's leadership hasn't been without strain. In August, the president federalized the DC Police Department for 30 days. A surge of federal agents and the National Guard continues, as does an investigation into accusations the department falsified crime stats.
My decision was not factored into anything with respect other than the fact that it's time.
Smith's last day is December 31st. And the mayor says that she will appoint an interim police chief by the end of this year. Chief Smith's last day will be December 31st. Reporting live from police headquarters, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, Marielle, thank you. And for the very latest reaction from council members in the police union, you can head to our website right now, dcnewsnow.com. Also staying in the district, Mayor Muriel Bowser says DC is seeing its safest stretch in years. She announced the city's homicide rate is now at its lowest point in 8 years, and more cases are being solved than they have in more than a decade. Bowser says homicides are down 51% since 2023, and police have made 103 homicide arrests so far this year. She also says the city's case closure rate is now at 82%, the highest it's been in 13 years, according to FBI crime data reporting. All right, let's turn over to our forecast now with meteorologist Damon Matson on this Monday. Damon, definitely chilly out there for sure.
Oh yeah, we're feeling the cold air, but we can count ourselves, I guess, a little bit lucky in the fact that, yeah, it's quite cold as we watch a storm system just skirt by with plenty of snow on our doorstep, but not in the DMV. Yeah, this go around, unlike last week, that fine cutoff between steady snowfall and totally dry conditions is right across the southern extent of the DMV. Down toward Richmond, South Central Virginia, they've had a steady snow going on all day long. Very slick conditions because of that. But this time around the DMV, there's just enough dry air getting funneled down from the north that the snow has been kept at bay. We haven't even really had a flake out there inside the Beltway. Now, as you drift down toward Orange, Spotsylvania counties, the Fredericksburg area, over into St. Mary's County, yes, there has been some flakes flying at times, but it hasn't been enough to be of significant impact or lead to decent snowfall accumulation. So again, that is just how close we were to dealing with another round of steady snow. But instead, we'll just have a few flurries, cloudy skies, and temperatures that are going to continue to tumble as we head into the overnight hours. By 8 o'clock, we're already going to be entering the 20s, and that sets the stage for a truly frigid start to the morning tomorrow. We'll talk about how low these temperatures could get to start things out on Tuesday and where this temperature roller coaster is going to take us next as we head through the rest of the week. That's all coming up in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, an update. We now know the name of the person who died in a crash over the weekend on 495 in Montgomery County. Maryland State troopers say Manuel Lopez Castillo was on Georgia Avenue when, for unknown reasons, he went off the road and crashed into trees. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he later died. The exact cause of that crash is still under investigation. Also in the district, DC Fire and EMS say 10 people have been displaced after a fire Sunday night. Officials say it happened on New Hampshire Avenue at Spring Road. Crews say they saw flames spreading from an apartment on the top floor and onto the roof there. Firefighters were able to put out that fire very quickly. Officials say the American Red Cross is now helping the families that have been displaced. No injuries have been reported. The cause of that fire is still being investigated. And tonight, an update from the family of National Guard member Andrew Wolf. The family posting on the West Virginia National Guard Facebook page.
So he's very active. He itched his forehead this morning. He itched it last night. This morning I went to boop his little nose. He looked at me, gave me the side eye, turned away from me. You know, he did turn his head to look at me again when I said his name. He's coming along well.
Great to hear that in terms of his update there. And Wolf was one of the 2 Guard members of the West Virginia National Guard shot over a week ago near the White House. That attack taking the life of his fellow Guardsman, Sarah Beckstrom. Wolf's family says they will continue to pray for Sarah's family. Well, as for the man accused of shooting those 2 National Guard members, he's now being held without bond. He appeared before a judge for the first time last week. He is expected to be back in court in January. And we'll continue to follow the very latest developments on air and online. You can visit our website, dcnewsnow.com, to keep up with more there. Also new today, workers and community leaders are launching a campaign known as A Living Wage for All. The group behind the effort is hoping to make the minimum wage $25 an hour, including tipped workers. They are also hoping to reverse Initiative 82. And they say this will address the ongoing affordability crisis, including rising food costs and childcare in the city.
30,000 people that let's continue to work for poverty wages. There's no dignity in that. To the workers, they're not abandoned, they're not left alone. We're all in this together, and we're going to fight to make sure we all have dignity and fairness.
Leaders hope it will be on the ballot soon. In Virginia, a new study says Tysons will need more than 10,000 new homes by 2040 as the area continues its shift from suburban office hub to Fairfax County's urban core. The report commissioned by the Tysons Community Alliance projects nearly 15,000 new residents over the next 15 years under a moderate growth scenario. Planners say Tysons' access to transit, jobs, and amenities makes it one of the region's most competitive markets. But keeping up with demand will require more housing, including hundreds of units for lower income residents. Developers have built 7,000 homes since 2010, with 26,000 more already approved as Tysons continues to grow.